Shut up! What happened to the Cowboys yesterday? What happened to them? Shut up! Say another word! This is over! And I ain't playing! What happened to the running game? Huh? What happened to the running game? Shut up! Say another word! Say something again! Say it! Say it! What happened to them now? They ready for the playoffs, huh? Huh? We respect. Oh! 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 First take. Next.
Insisted that the Dallas Cowboys were worried solely about their game against Washington. They had no idea what was going on in Philadelphia with the other result they would need to win the division. Prescott went 14 of 37 for 128 yards, threw another interception that was returned for a TD, and the Cowboys got beaten down in their final regular season game, losing 26-6 to the Washington Commanders on Sunday, despite playing their starters with Mike McCarthy pledging they were playing to win. Let's hear from Dallas.
It's disappointing, no question. Yeah, the timing of it is definitely not what you're looking for. I clearly recognize that, but I think it's like a lot of things in life. When you get kicked in the ass or punched in the mouth, you have a chance to respond, and I have great confidence in our football team that we will respond. We played poorly tonight, and that starts with me, and I'll take responsibility for that. But we need to practice better than we did last week. All those things. So we're all disappointed in our performance tonight.
For me, not to use the language, but simple as that. And I just couldn't get off on the right foot. I've got to get better at it. And simple as that, this won't continue.
We get to suck on that all week. And if that doesn't make you want to get ready to go in about 6-7 days, nothing else will. And that was as thorough butt kicking as we've had this year. And we're going to find out if that'll get you ready or not. It should, with what these guys are made of.
Okay, so Dallas heads to Tampa to play Tom Brady and the Bucs Monday night in the wild card round. As I mentioned earlier, First Take will be there. So, Michael, you'll be bringing all those good, positive vibes with you. But I have to ask you this. After this last month of play from Dak Prescott and the result yesterday, do you have concerns about your Cowboys?
Well, what is all of that, man? Ain't nothing wrong with y'all throats. Stop clearing your throats and let me share you my thoughts on all of this. I thought Jerry Jones was actually spot on with his understanding. I'm not necessarily using those words. But we talked about the vacillating of the Cowboys, playing up one day, down the next. Now, what you never really see them do is put back-to-back stinkers together. And that was a stinker yesterday. There is no doubt about it. That was the worst game. That was an awful game, an awful play game. But let me tell you, this is week 18, guys. Excuse me. And in week 18, it's so hard to determine to get everybody on the same page, because everybody is not on the same page. We got guys that say they're not playing and don't want to play, then they do play. It becomes a mess week 18. So I'm going to give them just a little bit of a pass here. Just a little bit of a pass, because I do believe in the end, this will help us win down in Tampa. I really do. Because Dallas played the worst game of the year yesterday. The worst game of the year yesterday. Now, there was nothing on the line. I have to remember this. I'm the one that's always standing here talking about it's not just skill, it's also will. You have to have a hunger for these games. And every time you go in a game, you got to match the hunger of the next man across from you. Dallas didn't do that yesterday. The Commanders wanted to play yesterday. Dallas was looking towards the playoffs yesterday and went right past the Commanders. We saw that. That's what happened. I will give y'all this little small moment in here today. But the reality is we're on to Tampa. We have moved on to Tampa, and we're looking at Tom Brady as a gift. That's why I got on this red and green suit. Like Santa Claus, Tom finna deliver us a good win for the first round. I don't want Dallas. We had no shot at getting the number 1 seed. I don't want Dallas to get the number 1 seed because they don't know what to do with the bye. They need pressure put on them. They need stress put on them. They need y'all talking bad about them all week long. Then they will show up and make some plays. Now, Go ahead on, talk as bad as you want to talk so we can raise the men up out of my Cowboys, whatever man is left down in them, and we can bring it up out of them. So y'all going to do all that old nasty mess y'all going to do talking about my boys. But they did play awful. I'm going to give y'all that.
That argument that you just said on national television, that's about as scratchy as that corduroy suit you have on right now. Let me get this scratch right here, the corduroy scratch.
Dude, you know, we can't.
First of all, no. You said the Vaselining. Vaseline. You never said that they Vaseline. You have never said that. We have said that. You have never said that. Second of all, you said there was nothing to play for. The Eagles-Giants game came down to an onside kick. You know how dog trash it would have looked if the Eagles somehow lost that game to the Giants and y'all got mollywopped by the Washington football team?
That wasn't going to happen.
So nothing on the line is completely inaccurate. Okay, all right. You said you're going to give them a pass. Guess what?
I said this may help in the long run.
I will not. What in the Cowboys? This is an honest question. Don't do this for the Cowboys nation.
Yeah.
What about the Cowboys football team do you have confidence in right now?
And Dan, I love what you're asking me right now because we've had issues in every area. I came on talking about how great that pass rush was, and we haven't seen it.
It's non-existent right now.
It's been non-existent.
Michael was good yesterday. Micah Parsons.
Michael, this is a great deflection.
So there is no doubt that they're struggling. The run game, that used to be something. Since Tony Pollard hurt his knee.
You know how many times they've run the football in the last 2 games? 59 times. You know how many times one of those 59 runs went for longer than 10 yards?
That's the first.
Once.
You guys have been on that pretty hard. Yesterday was the first time I say hands off. That you can get on Dak as hard as you want. That was the worst game I've seen Dak play.
Ever.
That pick six out route. That dude, he didn't respect any of it. He saw it coming after dropping the first pick six. He waited on it. He sat in that rocking chair. And Noah went on, I thought, too wide of an angle as he bit that 3
He should never throw that ball.
Yeah, he should have never thrown that ball because your boy was sitting on that ball. That's the conversation I come back and say, hey, man, he's in the rocking chair, man. Let me run a 3-pump. Let me get by him. They should have had this conversation right here. See, bam, he breaks that up. That's it.
But that's my point with Dak.
That was the worst game
But that's where I am with Dak this year. And you're a hater. No, he goes.
Yesterday.
No, this whole season, he leads the league in interceptions, not because of bad luck. The ball consistently goes to the wrong place this year. Now, is that abnormal for Dak Prescott in his career? Yes, that is it. Both those things could be true. The ball's going to the wrong place too often, and that's not who Dak Prescott has been in his career. They can't run the football consistently enough right now. The only guy on the outside that you really fear is CeeDee Lamb. You don't know what or who Dak Prescott is going to be when he shows up. The offensive line can't pass protect. The pass rush is completely gone outside of Micah Parsons, and it's a stat game when he comes to throwing opposite Trayvon Diggs. So what about them is good right now?
That's the biggest issue. I'll give you that. Since Anthony Brown went down, that other corner has been a hard situation. And especially it's highlighted without the pass.
So you're truly as bad as Tampa Bay is. You're confident Monday night?
Oh yeah, because I was looking. I don't think Tampa scored 30 points maybe once this season. And we were averaging 30. That's the way I'm looking at it.
You guys, you Cowboys fans, and the whole number one offense thing nauseate me. They really do.
Why does that nauseate you? What's wrong with that? Because when somebody else is the number one offense, it doesn't nauseate you.
You feel like the statistic lies, like the numbers lie.
Points don't lie, baby. 35 points a game is 35 points a game. How is that a lie? 35 points a game. Ain't no many teams. How many teams gonna score more than 35 points?
Because how are those 35 points being scored in against 2? That's like me going to the golf course in my town, Longshore, shooting 72, then going down to Augusta, shooting 72, and thinking, they're both the same. No, they're not.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not a correct analogy.
Yes, it is.
You use the soft golf course to get the hard. We playing who's ever in front of us. We don't get to pick how hard the golf course is. You got to play whoever they put in front of you. And you put 35 points up on that team.
The Cowboys offense has played well against a top 15 defense once this year. Philly.
Dan Orlovsky.
Once.
Dan Orlovsky.
Oh, my gosh.
You see,
this joker here.
You're missing the big picture, buddy. You're missing the big picture.
Oh, boy.
You see,
okay.
let me calm you down because what you're trying to do is make sense of the senseless. That's what you're trying to do. See, he wants to bring up the 35 points a game, Dan Orlovsky. You understand? They didn't score 35 yesterday. That's what you're missing. You understand? He wants to bring up that Dallas Cowboy defense.
I'll let y'all have it.
They didn't look that great yesterday. And oh, by the way, Dan Orlovsky, that wasn't Carson Wentz throwing that football. That wasn't even Taylor Heineke throwing that football. That was some dude. What's this dude's name?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell. Sam Howell. Okay? That's what's going on right now. And everybody missing the big picture here. That's a third-string quarterback. Okay? A third-string quarterback.
Right.
Now, if the Dallas Cowboys had on their second and third stringers in the game, you might have a point, buddy. But last time I checked, just looking at these statistics right here in front of me, I saw Tony Pollard playing. I saw Dak Prescott playing. I saw CeeDee Lamb playing. I saw Dalton Schultz playing. Hell, T.Y. Hilton even had an appearance. He showed up. Gallup showed up. All these people, aren't they regular players for the Dallas Cowboys?
They are.
I believe they are. And somehow, some way, we sitting up in here, and you sitting up there getting no serious. You missing the big picture, buddy. You missing the big picture. You see,
Week 18.
I tried to tell you, just be patient. How many times you heard me say that? Be patient. They went in early, but as the season wanes and the pressure mounts, all of a sudden, you'll see cracks in that little armor of theirs. What did you see yesterday? You saw a quarterback. How many weeks has Dak Prescott been saying, I got to cut down on those interceptions. I got to cut down on those interceptions. And sure enough, what did he do? Interception. Sure enough, what did he do? A pick six. Sure enough, what did he do? Slowly progress through those progressions, not fast enough, throwing passes he shouldn't be throwing, misplacement of those passes. We've been saying it for weeks. It hasn't changed. What did we say about CeeDee Lamb, Mr. 1,300 receiver, 1,300-yard receiver? What did he have yesterday? 5 catches for 52 yards. I wonder why. What did we sit up there and say about Elliott and Pollard? What kind of running game do they have? 64 yards total. And I'm looking at it right now. And what did I tell you, Michael Irvin? You see, Sam Howell, remember that name? Sam Howell did this to them. They're about to go up against the GOAT.
Yes.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
A person that beat them to open the season 19-3, had a running back, Leonard Fournette, that ran for 127 yards. I'm just looking at the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the beauty of it, Mollywood. Here's the beauty of it. Mollywood, check it out.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy's job on the line. He can't lose this game. He lose this game, he's going to be out of a job. Trust me. Wow. Dak Prescott, he blow this, he might never recover. Ezekiel Elliott, is he going to be ready? We ain't sure. CeeDee Lamb, we know he can ball, but we've been wondering who else going to show up. Gallup, Noah Brown, T.Y. Hilton, all these question marks, and they got Tom Brady.
All right, work with me here, because you mentioned coaching jobs, and this is a tough day for that. I want to stay in Texas here and transition.
Oh, God.
You'll have more on this later. Don't worry, Michael.